Now let's move on. We'd like to summarize that messy age distribution with a histogram. We have a slight problem in this age example in that there are so many unique values. So the largest value was 96, the smallest was 14, which probably means we have about 92 unique values, and that's going to give us a lot of bars. A lot of those bars are going to be very jagged. So the solution to creating a histogram for this is to create bins or buckets. Buckets is often the term that's used in marketing research. So, for example, we could create a bucket of people from 20 to 24, another bucket of people from 25 to 29, and so forth. And if we do that, we get this histogram. And remember, histograms work on areas, so the largest mass of people are in this range of sort of 40 to 50, 30 to 50-ish. Then you have a long tail. There are not a lot of people who are out there in their 90s. That's indicated by the small area. There weren't many people in this survey under 20, and that's indicated by that small area. So this histogram is a very concise way of summarizing that frequency distribution. So here's steps of making a histogram by hand. I don't really expect you to be able to make one by hand. Just use SPSS. How many bins do you need? Well, if you look at the bottom, you're going to see a very jagged histogram. So this is where you have one bar for every unique value, and it's quite jagged. And this is not a very good histogram. The reason it's not very good is that it seems to reflect idiosyncrasies of this particular sample. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is that these jags are probably not real. In this particular sample, we happen to have a few more people than we would expect with this particular age, and therefore that bar is a bit longer. If we could repeat this sampling procedure and draw another sample of 18,000 or whatever the number of people we have, I bet that jag doesn't exist. Likewise, we see some valleys where we just happen to have too few. So we don't like our histograms to reflect idiosyncrasies of this particular sample. And so by forming these bins, here's one with 20 bins, you'll see that you don't have those jags anymore. That's a better picture, since if we drew a different sample of 18,000 people, I bet the histogram would look exactly like this, and that's because we got rid of all those jags. Now 5 bins is probably too few in this case. SPSS will pick the number of bins for you. All right, that's it for our lecture on histograms and frequency distributions. You should now attempt some problems on your own. All right, thank you. Bye.